So if you're just tuning in, for the last few weeks I've been going through some aspects of what's involved in designing and implementing a technology plan in your school, and we're touching base on all the topics that are involved. So if this is something you find interesting, obviously go back through some of the last videos and have a bit of a look at the topics we've covered so far. Today we'll be talking about community, and this will tie really closely into our next topic next week, which will be finance. But for the moment, when we talk community in a tech plan, it's very similar to when we talk community in a school in general, because you're very, very good at this as a school in notifying parents, the local government, the teachers, the students on what's going on, keeping people involved, understanding who the stakeholders are, who wants to know and what they want to know. So it's no different when we're doing a technology program. The support from people outside of the tech team is really, really crucial. Having understood that, you can look at when you're making decisions, who should be involved in that. Even if they're not part of the formal team, should you be seeking feedback from, let's say the remainder of the teachers for a start, and saying, how are you finding this? Is this something you're excited about? Is this something that's adding to your workload and you're not seeing a result? How are you finding students responding, and those sort of questions, and bringing them into the discussion so that they feel involved, so that they get a chance to express their opinions. Outside of this is showcasing what you are doing in a way that's easy to understand. We get in a habit of writing a 20-page white paper, and to be honest, you're lucky if people read the executive summary. It's unlikely that somebody who's not all that passionate about it like you is going to go through and read all that documentation. So maybe just the ability to have an iPhone pulled out of the pocket during a great exercise and taking a 1-minute video or a 10-second video of a student doing something exceptional with their piece of technology, and that'll help shared with the school. The parents will be super proud to see them use a technology for something other than Netflix. And then when we send that out to, let's say, the school Facebook page or a newsletter, it will start to build support for technology in the school for something that is actually there to assist with their education, because we have a big stigma around it, where particularly with iPads, where they are a toy for some people, and even some schools in the early days struggled to implement them successfully, and they sort of became that bludge topic, and that's really not the case these days. So community, as with all the other topics, is really important, and the reason I tie it into finance is that when we do a good job of this, attracting finance and encouraging finance is much, much easier. So we'll touch on that next week. As always, thank you very much for paying attention, and if you do have comments or feedback, please pass it on. Cheers.